Before we start this video, I have just a quick shout out to give to Noah McBride from your friend Philip Donoghue. Sorry. So just a shout out to give there. So basically, it's been an interesting day. So me whole Martin, was practically begging Joe Biden to invite him to Washington for St. Patrick's Day. And now, before anybody says anything, full stop, me whole Martin should know his place and say, everybody else can't leave the country for non-essential purposes. Like, it's not really, in the grand scheme of things, we're blessed to have a computer screen. I'm sure the government have hundreds upon thousands of computer screens that could use for any kind of Zoom call, for me whole Martin to do with Joe Biden. And they never thought of that, probably. They didn't care. But again, it saves a lot of expense on the taxpayer because a lot of his staff has to go. A lot of Irish, delegates has to go to America. It's a huge clusterfuck. It's a huge expense on the taxpayer. But yeah, Joe Biden came along, and guess what he said? He said no. He said no. Well, fair play, Mr. Biden. That's all I would say to you. Fair play. Because, everybody in this country didn't want to see me home Martin go. Not because we don't want him to stay. We want him to stay over there and not come back. Because it's going to cost a lot of money to send him over there. It does cost a lot of money. And because it could be done at home. And again, it's showing solidarity to you and I, the people who can't go outside our house. We can't go to work. We can't go here. We can't go there. And we hold mountains like I'm off to Washington for a week. On my holidays. Bring over a suitcase and a 5-star hotel. Not a care in the world. Just trying to run away from everything that's happening at home. Not going to happen, sorry, me hole. You have to stay at home, I'm afraid. Your 5k, you still, because I don't think you would have had to isolate if you came home in a hotel, would you? But yeah, poor me hole. And again, it's literally me whole mountain and not be seen for 6 or 7 days after this, because I think he was so cocky that they wouldn't say no, and they did say no. So it's a great laugh. It's a great victory for the people, because the people kicked up fuss on Twitter, and I'm sure Joe Biden's staff seen that, that nobody in this country wanted them to go. Not because we, as I said, we want him to stay over there, not to come back. And you can take Norma Foley with him, and just keep them over in America. We don't want them. They can keep them in America. They wouldn't last 5 minutes. Let's be honest. American people over there wouldn't want them, and I wouldn't blame them because we don't want them. So we have to find a compromise. We just put them in a prison, right? We just put them in a prison in America. How long would they last over there? We don't know. But fair play, Mr. Biden. That's all I say. Bit of common sense, at the end of the day, bit of common sense prevails. But this country shows no common sense, because you take me a whole mountain would be like, everybody in this country can't go outside the 5k. Maybe I shouldn't go and do it over online, or even send the shamrocks. I'm sure they will send the shamrocks in the post though, by private mail or whatever, private jet or whatever. The government jet probably have to go for the Royal Shamrocks. Not because, and as again, this is not to undermine the ceremony. It's been going on for a long time. The ceremony bringing the shamrock over to America. Obviously America is a very important ally of Ireland. A lot of investment. Obviously, we have a deep relationship with America, very special relationship with the United States of America. It's something we should celebrate, and I think Americans know and celebrate St. Patrick's Day more than we do, which is great. And obviously, there's huge amount of respect for Irish people in America. As many people say, the Irish did build America. They went over and walked their way up in society in America. And that's what they did. They worked hard, they worked fearlessly, they worked tirelessly to build America. You take for example New York. All the big buildings you see in New York, many of them were Irish people who went up and walked jobs that other people didn't want to do. The Irish people stood up and they walked their asses off to make a living and to make ends meet. And majority of Irish people now in America are multi-billionaires. And some of them have their own house, which you wouldn't have in Ireland, let's be honest. And they have their own car, they have no mortgage to pay. They're living the life of the O'Reillys, let's be honest. So we have a lot of things to be grateful for the United States, and obviously they have a lot of international business in Ireland too, from the United States, which is great, and obviously gives us some money for the economy. So that has to be said. But again, it's a very public insult to me, whole Martin, to be said no, because he was so cocky he would, and I thought he would get away with it, but apparently he didn't get away with it, and he must be so pissy at the moment. Because he was just public, like nobody, I seen nobody, like one posting on the Saturday night, it was on whatever you call it, the Fitzbound, used to be Fitzbound show, and he's a Fine Gael senator, and he said he should go. Nobody else agreed with him. I think it was up in I think there was a poll done out of 500 people, and I think only about 16 or 17 people said he should go. Because again, not really showing much leadership and solidarity, just running away from the country for a week and then puddling off to America, and it doesn't have to isolate, it doesn't have to do anything. Going to jump the COVID vaccine line too, to get to America. That's what he was planning to do, at least that's what they were thinking about doing. Which would have been fair on people who want to get the vaccine, who are waiting to get the vaccine. It wouldn't be fair. I'll be honest. Either you're against vaccines or whatever. It's not fair to be jumping in the line of the queue, and pushing other people out of the way who want to get it. I'm sure people would understand. Same with anything else. You wait your turn. But yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that. But I'm very happy about that. That Micheál Martin will begin to go to Washington, and he's sucking his thumb at the moment because he's that upset. So if you're watching this, Micheál, have some common sense. At least Joe Biden had a bit of common sense. I have to say that. At least he has some small bit of common sense to say, it's not the best idea to be coming over to America in these circumstances. Again, use the head. In Ireland, this government hasn't got a way known ahead. But yeah, thank you for watching. Take care, everybody, and bye.